What's up, guys? Today we're in another episode of Level Up Bootcamp. Today I'm here with my good friend Tyler Beedle, who has a ton of sales experience and is really proficient in pretty much all areas of sales. So do you mind introducing yourself, Tyler?
Yeah. Hey guys, so my name is Tyler Beedle. I am the owner of Business Launch Pro. We teach people how to do door-to-door sales. We essentially teach everything sales, so body language, tonality, NLP, neuro-linguistics programming, all this stuff. We basically, what we really do is teach people how to sell window cleaning door-to-door, but obviously you can use our sales training for just about anything. But yeah, so I've been my background in sales is, I started up a handyman business when I was 18. I got up to the point where I was doing $20,000 to $24,000 months with the handyman business, and we were selling like interior, exterior paintings for like 16 grand. We were doing huge jobs, some stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing without a contractor's license, which is actually why I went towards the door-to-door route with window cleaning. But yeah, push went to shove, and I've been learning sales for about 4+ years now. Entrepreneurial journey started when I was 18, 22 now. So
it was just his birthday, literally a couple days ago from this morning. So
May
happy
7th.
Birthday to him.
Yeah.
That's great. So what's your current offer right now, and like how do you actually help people, increase their performance in sales?
Yeah, so right now we're teaching like NLP, neuro-linguistics programming, body language, tonality. So we have a very expansive a bunch of training modules teaching people how to do sales. And what our program is a 6-week training. So when we take people in, it's basically to help them start a window cleaning company from A to Z and how to train them up on how to sell it door to door. The majority of our students within the first 2 weeks do it their first $1,000 day selling door to door. And again, it's a super basic process. But we take them in, they essentially start learning everything within the first 1 to 4 days. So you're running through all of the video modules, you're talking with me one-on-one. So we're gonna have a success call, basically just because we're wondering where you're at. It's like an onboarding / success call, but after you join our program, we basically run you through all what you're gonna go through. We tell you how we're gonna train you, how long it's gonna take, etc. And again, it takes 1 to 4 days to train you. And you, at that point, on the third or fourth day, we'll set you up with a profitable neighborhood. We'll get you out to the neighborhood selling with the scripting, the psychology trainings, all that stuff. You'll know how to sell the service exactly. And again, the majority of our students, their first 2 weeks do their first $1,000 day, but the majority of our students, their first 1 to 4 day, or their first day knocking, within the first 1 to 4 days when we set them up with the neighborhood, do anywhere from $500 to $750 the first day. So
it's a very successful business, and he's very good at it too. So let's just dive into kind of like your background a little bit. Like, aside from business and like the sales taxes we're going to dive into, like I just want to hear why did you get into entrepreneurship in the first place?
So when I was working a 9 to 5, I was actually installing windows. So I worked for AHE Windows, Window World as well. So I worked for 2 different companies. I tried selling solar at one point. But everything pushed me into the entrepreneurial spirit just because I was working the 9 to 5 and it felt like I wasn't supposed to be there. It felt like I was in more of a leadership position. Like either I'd be running a crew in like, let's say or AHE Windows or something like that. Like I felt like I should be in that position already. And just not being there didn't feel right. Like not being in a leadership position didn't feel right to me. So I ended up just jumping into handyman because like my dad taught me everything from a young age, how to do electrical, painting, plumbing, all that stuff, flooring, everything, tile. So I basically just used that knowledge. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this out. I went ahead and got on Thumbtack, an app that provides you with jobs or leads for free. It's a shared, don't do it, it sucks. That's a shared lead platform where everybody's bidding against each other who can get the best price. It's crap. But got into that, started making really good money doing it. And that kind of jump started it, essentially.
That's awesome, dude. You've been through a lot in the few years that you've been an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And just like, what are some quick, pieces of advice? Like, what's your top piece of advice you'd give to someone in your situation who hasn't made it yet?
Like in a 9 to 5 position?
Yeah, someone who wants to, venture into the entrepreneurship world, but is kind of stuck in their 9 to 5.
take the leap. I mean, that's the only thing you can do. I mean, you could really just you just got to take the leap. Like whatever you're looking to do, like just make sure you get some knowledge on it. Like I wouldn't say leave your 9-to-5 right now. Like obviously stay in it while you are making money. So you just have income to like supplement, like say bills and food and whatever it may be, but use it as a side hustle at first. Pretty basic information, but like that's, I'm sure everybody will tell you this, but definitely just stay in your 9-to-5 until you can replace your income with the income that you're making from your side hustle. And yeah, whatever it is you do, I'd say just go all in once you do. Just like, you know, I don't say this to say that. Like I don't say to go all in and just, you know, dive right in, like put your head in the dirt, but like, you know, and quit your job and stuff. But like, I definitely say like, again, just try to replace it. Try to replace that income with the money that you're making from your side hustle, and you should be pretty golden.
Great. So, you know, after these several years that you've been in entrepreneurship, I want to take a little to your personal side, like your history, right? What would you tell your past 17-year-old self, just getting in to online business and just business in general? Like, what would you tell yourself?
Myself. So
I know it's one of those stereotypical questions, but it gives you a lot of insight into, you know, how you would think.
So personally, I mean, I was a shithead, dude. Like, when I was younger, I was like smoking weed. I was a shithead. So I would have told myself just drop everything. Like, you know, I'd probably go one of two ways. I'd say just do whatever you're doing because you're gonna get to where you want to be at some point, because, you know, I'm obviously here now. Or I would tell myself, like, drop everything, just go all in on one thing. And again, just like kind of like the advice I gave you guys, just work a 9-to-5 until you can supplement your income, and then just swap it out and go all in on your business.
How did you balance like school with your jobs and stuff back then?
So I dropped out at a younger age. So when I dropped out in high school. So I wasn't really going to school. I was trying to just make it in the 9-to-5 world, trying to figure out what I was going to do. But I always had a vision. I always knew ever since I was young. I was like 13 years old. I went out and plucked weeds. And I made like $100 and something, and I went out and I bought some Jordan Eclipses. They weren't like the regular Jordans. They were kind of like shoe-like. And I was like, oh, those are cool. I'm gonna buy those. And then I sat outside in front of this mall here in actually Las Vegas. I've moved back and forth about 5 times, California to Vegas. But I told myself I'm gonna be a millionaire. I told myself I want nice things. And when I bought that for myself, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it happen. I didn't know how by any means, but I ended up pushing forward and just kept figuring it out, and we're here now.
That's awesome. So, did you ever consider college?
No. I just I didn't know what it entailed. I didn't know anybody who went to college. Like my whole life I've been surrounded by people who weren't successful in any area in college or even entrepreneurship. So for me, I didn't know what I was going to do, but God led the way for me. Like he paved it quite literally, and I just had to walk it. So
it sounds like for a very long time though you've had the kind of ambition to pursue greater things, right? Like most kids, you know, your age at 14, they're probably not even thinking about, you know, becoming a millionaire. They're just, you know, trying to get the next Xbox and play as much games as possible. So what do you think kind of induced that mindset to you at such a young age?
Having a scarcity mindset. So I actually grew up really poor. And so we basically, again, we moved back and forth many times from California to Vegas. We ended up moving to Vegas. My grandma died. All this stuff happened, and my mom ended up buying a trailer for us to live in, thinking it's a great idea. And we went out to California, and we were getting kicked out from everywhere that we would park because the cops hate motorhomes. And so, yeah, we were bouncing around, super poor. My mom didn't have a job anymore. My mom would steal meat to feed us, like quite literally go steal ground beef to feed us and our dog. We had 2 huge dogs that we had to feed to. It was just a pain in the butt. And I don't know, I ended up praying one day up in Woozy Canyon on this hill, and we were a little bit sensitive, but we were squatting in a home. So because out in California, it was so hot. I mean, you're in this motorhome, it was like a box. It was like a microwave. You were just sitting there heating, like the AC didn't work, the fridge didn't work, like it was just so bad. And my mom came up with this idea to squat in a home. But it was my mom's friend's like dad's home that didn't I was like vacant or something like that. So I ended up doing that, and that at that point we were just so low, we were so down, just didn't know what to do. And I prayed, and I prayed, and I prayed, and I wrote down a bunch of goals. I wrote that I wanted to fix my dad's shoulder because he had, you know, a whole messed up muscle situation. I prayed that I want to fix my mom's teeth. I want to do all this stuff. Wrote it all down, and I prayed for it. And then randomly I got this kick in my butt, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna start working out. So I started working out. I went hard on working out. I started doing like 1,000 push-ups a day, listening to these motivational videos for like 30 minutes straight, like going crazy with that. But anyway, so that pushed me, again, I think just the scarcity we'll digress, but the scarcity mindset pushed me to be like, you know what, I need something better. So when we came back out to Vegas, we were in a house now and all the stuff, my mom got a job. Financially, everything started picking back up. And one thing I believe is that was from that one prayer. One prayer changed my whole trajectory of my whole life. Insane. And I pray to Jesus, just get that right. So, and yeah, it was insane.
Not Muhammad?
Not Muhammad, yeah. I don't pray to any other God. Jesus is my Lord. So anyways, so one prayer changed my life, and yeah, we came back out to Vegas, in a house, all this stuff, and I started working on 9 to 5, all this stuff, and it just didn't feel right again. So I ended up moving towards the entrepreneurial route, and I just tried out handyman business and was pretty successful in it. And then yeah, that led me to 13 other different businesses. We tried multiple clothing companies. I've tried pressed juice companies. I mean, the list goes on. Like, you know, we tried drop shipping, SMMA, SaaS, software as a service. I've tried so many different things. It's incomprehensible. It's insane. And I went all in every time. Like, I put all my money into, you know, all my 9 to 5 money into a clothing company at one point, and it went left because I didn't know how to market. And again, I just tried so many different things and nothing really worked out for me. Then I started door to door with window cleaning and had a lot of success in it because I can control how much money I make, and I can get out there and I can push to knock and knock and knock. I don't have to worry about other people making me successful. I can get out there and make myself successful. So that was the thing. That was the huge turning point for me. And I just continued door to door. And then I started up a coaching company for it. And recently we did $10,000 in 2 days with the coaching company. So, and we're continuously growing. We're trying to make this like way bigger than what it is. We're trying to get to those $250,000 months, but you know, we'll get there by the grace of God. So.
Oh yeah, no, you will. Keep striving, right? I mean, you're on a massive trajectory, dude. Like, I think if anyone watching this video will see, you know, what you've been able to achieve, bro, I bet they're rooting for you. So yeah, I'm curious, what about your parents during this time when you started, you know, getting into entrepreneurship? What did they kind of think of your ambition? Did they support it, or they kind of?
Yeah. So, my mom she's just go with the flow. So she's like, yeah, totally. Like, she never really wanted me to go to college or anything like that, or, you know, push towards, you know, say being any certain niche of things like doctor or whatever. My dad he ran a handyman business for a long time. Actually started back up because I did as well, but yeah, he was all in on it. He told me to just go head first, and that's what I did. Tried to make it successful. So yeah.
Would you say they're proud of you now?
I'd say they're proud of me. Yeah, I'd say you know, I definitely think so. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Been able to accomplish a lot. Do you mind talking about maybe your faith a little bit, if you're comfortable with that? Or
yeah.
Kind of how has God kind of played into your journey?
So, I mean, everything. I mean, he's absolutely everything. So when I, you know, again, when I made that prayer, he changed my life. It changed the trajectory of my life, quite literally. I mean, ever since then, I've been, you know, I mean, at that point, it was kind of on and off, right? So it was like I was completely invested in the Lord and stuff, and, you know, but I also wasn't like a Christian, if that makes sense. I was still drinking and hanging out with friends and doing all this stuff, and it's like, it wasn't smart. So anyways, what happened from there was I continually grew my relationship with my wife now, we got more into Christianity. She was a Sunday school teacher at one point, and so we ended up just pushing towards Christianity more, and then just kept on praying, went to the church every Sunday, started going to church every Sunday. and just really grew my relationship with the Lord. Started reading the Bible because I had never really read the Bible previous. So it was just, again, I was always a Christian, but I wasn't a devout Christian.
Yeah.
So
you were living it out, right? Your identity hadn't changed before.
Exactly. Yeah. So push went to shove, like push goes to shove. Like I ended up going all in. So
that's great, dude. It's really cool to kind of look back and see all the dots connect.
Yeah.
Right. Of how God, had you meet this certain person, how he gave you this certain opportunity, how it just landed on your lap, and you're like, wow, I can't believe if this didn't happen, I would not be where I am today. Right? Can you kind of look back and see that?
Yeah. So I mean, previous again, like it was just so bad. It was so down. Like the whole family was down. Like for us, it was just it was live or die situation. It was so it sucked. And after our life started gradually changing after that prayer, it was a trip to see everything kind of trickle down. And then obviously to this point, I still have a lot more growth to go. I mean, I'm 22 years old, so still looking forward to the future and growing even more. But like from there to now, it's complete night and day. It's a trip. It's insane.
That's amazing, dude. Really awesome story. Hey, I appreciate you coming on here and sharing your stories. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Yeah, I'd say, guys, just it's if you're in a position right now where you don't feel like you're down, where I was, first of all, I'd say pray to the Lord. I'd say pray to Jesus. And if you're, even if you aren't a Christian, just do it. I mean, it's gonna change your life, I promise. I wasn't very devout either again. So it's just a trip, but I'd say pray to the Lord, and I'd say push towards your goals. Like really just work on what you want to work on. And just goes back to what I was saying earlier, just supplement. Like if you're looking for finances to change, find something that you love to do, that you want, that you think will change your financial trajectory, and just push all on it as much as you can from where you're at right now, and just continue to do so.
Love that, dude. I like how I mentioned, God should be your number one focus, dude. Like that's
seriously,
really, we live for that. That's why we're here on this earth. Is to
please the Lord.
Glorify God and enjoy Him forever. So it's really the purpose, dude. Hey, really appreciate you coming out on here.
Yes, sir.
See you guys in the next episode.